Hello, and welcome back as I continue living a life that can really only be described as a cautionary tale down in the harrowing hallways of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. I think it's probably now official that I am the world's dumbest man. Officially, it has been decreed. Guinness came by my house and they're like, "Congratulations, Pete, we've certified it. World's dumbest man." I spent like, 10 roughly minutes last episode talking about what a terrible idea it would be to go and fight the horrid shrieker in an effort to recover what turns out to be an utterly useless trinket. Like this, where even is it? Can we sort these? Yeah, here we go. The Molted Wing Feather. What a coup. I talked about how utterly useless it is and how monumental a fool one would have to be to even consider taking the horrid shrieker fight. And then I just went ahead and did it anyway. Because, you know what? I don't even know what I was thinking at the point. I have no idea. I did, I suppose, feel a little shoehorned into trying the Horde Shrieker. One, because, you know, I'm a sucker for new content. And two, there really weren't any better alternatives. I really just wanted to go into a short dungeon and try to get a little EXP. But you know what? It's still on me. A stupid thing is still stupid, Pete. And you didn't even achieve your goal of getting EXP. Really, all you did was get all your people afflicted. They didn't even get any EXP. And that's why stupid thing is stupid. What you did, I mean, you know, tell yourself whatever you want. Oh, I was shoehorned into it. But it's just like trying to rationalize purposefully drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon just because you found yourself in a hipster bar and it was all they had on tap. You can tell yourself whatever you want. Try and lie to yourself and rationalize it however you want. But you know, deep down in your heart of hearts, that no circumstances, hipster bar or not, make that sort of behavior okay. You know, nothing makes that okay. Gonna have to live with that till the end of my days. Fortunately, nobody died. That's really the only thing positive I can say about last episode. We did get out without anybody getting killed. So, you know, there's that. What have we got for missions? We got a long mission in the cove for an ancestor's signet. Okay, I mean, maybe. We haven't fought the champion monster in the cove. No fucking way. Any of these any of these have really, really good trinkets that we're desperate to get our hands on? I mean, the only one that even looks sort of interesting is the Ancestor's Signet, and honestly, I'm really not that interested in the Ancestor's Signet. Maybe we do, what do we have for like do we have like a short mission anywhere? I wouldn't mind the Wounding Helmet. It's actually pretty good, and we don't have one. I don't really want to do a long veteran mission because I don't really have a team that's ideally suited to that. In fact, we don't really have a team that's even going to be sort of capable of that. We could try and bootstrap up Myrtle Wilson, I guess. We could take Nell, Adriana Lacerva, Elizabeth, and Myrtle. We're not fighting the fucking Fulminating Prophet, but all of our medium-length missions are boss bashes. I don't want to fight the Swine King. I just what I want to do is re-roll these weekly missions. We do have a there is a short fight we could take down in the Weald. You know what? I almost might rather just do the long mission for this trinket I don't want but don't really have, because the Ancestor's Signet isn't terrible, and this mission would be worth an absolute truckload of cash. So do we have a team that would be, even in theory, sort of capable then of doing this, is the question. We could take Rita Morgan. We could take Caitlin Stark. I would want some stress relief on that, so then I think maybe we take Nick Bradshaw and Jack Dawson? Could that team, you know, could this team work? We got Dawson up front for the heavy damage, but we would actually put Bradshaw in the front rank. What disease have you got, by the way? A bad one. The runs is terrible. Minus 20 dodge. That's really bad, especially for a jester. We could get rid of it just by camping immediately with Caitlin Stark, though. That's not a shameful idea, and then we would take Rita Morgan like this. So we would have some stress relief, potential disease reduction. We've got okay damage. Stress management, I think this team can work, and if we run into any kind of like real adversity, What are we going to do? Well, we're going to go with the patented Perfidious Pete paradigm, which is if we run into any real trouble, we're going to run like hell. You don't get bonus points for, you know, sticking it out. Bonus damage, bonus accuracy of torch, but this would be really good for our Jester. What I'd really like to get him, though, is like more speed, more crit. I'm thinking just Brawler's Glove quick draw charm. We want that first hit to just be devastating. Why is your speed lower? Oh, because it doesn't show the bonus you get on the first round because it only counts on the first round, right? So we have two things that actually lower our speed a great deal. And this is fine. Okay, then what do we want to do for you? Normally we give the Brawler's Gloves to Jack Dawson, but in this case, that's not really going to be an option. Also, how come our trinkets didn't get sorted by rarity? So what do we want to give you then? Something that does huge damage. That's what we want to give you. The Ancestor's Pin is actually pretty good, and considering that the leper has some self-stress management, I don't really mind giving him that. Do we have anything else we can use to give you bonus damage? You know what? A Sun Ring. I'm sorted. That's good. For our Plague Doctor, then, we're just going to give you a Blight Vial, and where's that other Blight Trinket? Yeah, we're just going to give you the Blasphemous Vial and a Blight Amulet. And for our good old-fashioned Maud Flanders, nothing fancy. Hell, you know that old Maud. She's just a straight shooting gal. She's going to take a Sacred Scroll and a Tome of Holy Healing. How's my Ned Flanders? You know, I feel like my Flanders is actually, I wouldn't say it's on point, but my Ned Flanders, like unlike most of my impressions, isn't actually a shame to myself and my ancestors. It's just mediocre. Mediocre doodly. So we get a long mission. I think we over-prepare for this one. Let's grab 3 tons of food. 4 shovels is probably adequate. Let's grab a couple extra anti-venom. And you know what? Let's take a couple bonus bandages here. And this time, let's not just immediately throw those on the floor, guys. What do you say? And I think we're going to take 20 torches. It's a long mission. We don't know what the game has in store for us. Let's go in prepared. We got to get Boy Scout motto, man. Be prepared, son. Be prepared. Because old Satan Claus, he's out there. And if any of you actually got that movie reference, well, then you know what it's like to wake up to smoke some cigarettes and refuse to work because they're pretty good cigarettes. You also know perhaps what it's like to fuck a squirrel to death. They must be flushed out. So our goal here is to complete 100% of room battles. That's actually a terrible goal. We're going out here to purposely pick fights? That doesn't seem that smart. Also, I did not notice that our Jester has an extraordinarily high amount of stress starting this dungeon. A Squiffy Ghast. Well, you must be the champion monster of this dungeon, so let's see if we can squiffily kill your ass before you get a chance to do... Nope. Well, we're probably afflicted then. Oh, no, it's only 7 stress? It's not that bad. Plus, we resisted whatever his follow-up was. That guy dodged our attack. I don't like that even a little bit. Yeah, our party order is not good once we have readjusted, because having this guy in second slot is actually terrifically shameful. I already hate what I have done to myself on this mission. This is actually not good. I'm debating bailing out now, actually. We're going to get minimal use out of our Plague Doctor here. And Nick Bradshaw getting hit by the brine. Comes Caitlin. We should, at a minimum, change up Caitlin's skills a little bit so that she's got the bleed working. How much damage you get? 6 per round for 3. I'm going to whack you with another one of those, even though we'd probably be better off to throw that at a snail. Well, you have fatal damage now, so you better make this one count. Okay, I mean, what's horror? 5 stress per round for 3 rounds. That's actually kind of terrible.
Masterfully executed.
Are you afflicted? Beautiful. Oh, and we, okay. Yeah, we're probably just gonna go ahead and leave this dungeon then, because I don't really see any particularly compelling reason to stay.
As the fiend falls.
Oh, we should try and at least make our money back, I suppose. We can do a quick camp. It's the horror thing that... that got us. The horror. The horror.
Great is the weapon.
So that guy dropped dead. We may as well withstand. Give ourselves a little bit of... We can get rid of some of our self-stress. If Bradshaw will quit skipping his turn, we can have him maybe grind down his own stress too. Or just give everybody else a bunch. That's also fine. We're going to try and get Bradshaw's stress as low as we can, and then when we camp, hopefully we can just bring it all the way down. Divine Comfort maybe for a little bit of critical. Oh. Okay, the snail is not dead. It's going to squirt some brine at us. No stress, though. Oh, good. Bulimia. Actually, what does bulimia do? Minus 20 healing skills while camping. That's actually not that bad. We should definitely just camp in our first room. This party is not well suited for anything, really. I wonder if you can purge this stress debuff.
Be wary. Triumphant pride.
Well, that went perfect. We ran into a champion monster on our way into our first room. Beautiful. Oh, good. And we have to do a room battle. You know what? No. I'm not taking a hallway and an obstacle. I did mean to camp, though. I'm not taking a hallway battle and an obstacle
A spark without kindling.
for that. Just, it's not worth it.
Without hope.
Now, we could try and have our Jester reduce his own stress relief, but anything that we do with him is actually going to... He's probably just going to refuse to do it. Nobody has a mortality debuff, so I don't really want a sanctuary. I do want to try and cure disease from someone. So let's apply the leeches. Nope, you're gonna this is the mechanic that I fucking despise the most about being afflicted, is that they refuse to use goddamn camping skills. Yep. So we're gonna get nothing out of our Jester, like literally nothing. Okay. Let's quarantine then. Take a little damage, maybe see if we can get rid of some stress. Anything else we can do to get rid of any stress? I fucking hate you. Every single time they refuse, it makes me so angry. I may just camp again and leave the dungeon.
The light gains purchase.
This sucks. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. We're just going to camp again and leave.
Clear.
Oh, and you refused to eat and thus got more stress. Brilliant. Okay, you're going to refuse everything. And I'm not going to do this dungeon with a guy who's afflicted. Screw it. It's not worth it. So let's get rid of your bulimia then. That'll at least save us some cash. I suppose here we take... Okay, you'll let us do that. And I don't think you can actually refuse this. What's that leave us with? 3 time? Might as well bless somebody. There we go. And then we can just go ahead and leave the dungeon. Because I'm not sticking around to do this. This is pointless. I'm not gonna... Nope. I'm not... No. I'm not, I'm done. The Ancestor's Signet, you know what? You can eat my ass. We failed. I don't even care. Yeah, we got no experience. Give me my 75 billion negative quirks, thank you. Oh, good, the Red Plague. We did pick up Eagle Eye over... That's actually a pretty significant upgrade. The Red Plague is pretty terrible. Wield Tactician, we're never going back to the Wield. Replaced Warren's Tactician, so, I mean, it's... worthless for worthless, I guess. Stress Eater, yep, okay. Wasting Sickness, yeah, why not? And Nymphomania replaced Steady. Yeah, this all sucks. I hate everything. Maybe there'll be some new recruits. A brigand incursion. Oh, good. A brigand raiding party is descending upon the hamlet with explosive fury and murderous intent, which means we have to go fight the brigand wolf. Awesome. It's gonna be fun. Well, we're definitely gonna want Caitlin Stark in on that, which means we can't get rid of the Red Plague. I don't suppose we have another Plague Doctor, do we? Of course not. Why would we have nice things? So, yeah, I mean, we could take kind of our ace team. We could take Hicks. We could take Blake. Probably Caitlin Stark. And I don't know. Maybe Maud. I mean, we only have 4,000 gold. We're going to need gold. So let's, yeah, we're going to have to rustle up some of this then. Sort these by rarity. We're going to have to get rid of some stuff that we ain't going to use. I would say I'm going to sell my duplicate sun ring, but I'm not because there are chances where we would, yes, sell this. What else are we just not using? Like this Paralyzer's Crest, we don't need that. We never use it. Agility Whistle, we haven't, Padlock of Transference, I don't care about Abomination Trinkets. We don't even have an Abomination. The Dark Crown, never going to use that. Medic's Greaves we do use. The Move Amulet has potential uses. Any of this, the rest of this garbage worth anything at all? Jester's Dice, I mean, we're never going to use those. The Man-at-Arms Eye Patch, probably not going to use that. What about the Stun Charm? Yeah, we're never going to use that. 20% stun resist. Protection Stone, we're never going to use that. That puts us up to 13,316 gold, which is probably enough to get us through the Brigand. We really need a power healer, and the problem is, well, you know what? We could take Rita. I mean, she has a little stress, but it's not the end of the world. We also need to get rid of some of these ridiculous afflictions that our people have, though. Like Franklin, Crowley, and Bradshaw here are actually straight up afflicted. So are Brody and Everdeen, because the entire world got screwed when... Hey, wait a minute. Did I not put some of you guys in for stress relief? I must not have. You know what? No, everything's falling apart. Okay, Stagecoach. You know what? A veteran occultist. All right, that's something. That's something. And since we have a Myrtle Wilson, I think we might as well just... I mean, you're a handsome chap. Let's just make you a Jay Gatsby. What do you say? There you go. Pete, doubling up on the Gatsby references? Yeah, I'm doubling up on the Gatsby references. The Great Gatsby's the shit, man. Do yourself a favor, read Gatsby. Oh, why would I want to read a novel from the 20s? Because it, you know, even though it was written almost 100 years ago now, it still sells like 50,000 copies a year. That book is, or like 500,000 copies a year, rather. The Great Gatsby is still one of the most popular books in the world. And you know what? I've had enough Darkest Dungeon for the day. You win, Dungeon. You licked me. Congratulations, but at least this time I was smart enough to know when the odds were against me and just said, to hell with it, I'll see you in hell, I'm leaving. Sometimes the only smart move is to just pick up your chips, walk over to the cashier's window and say, you know what, cash me out, cash me out. That's what I'm doing. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. I don't know why you would. There was effectively nothing to it except for me walking in going, I'm an idiot, and then walking out going, I'm actually stupider than I thought I was. But if you did, like in the comment section. Might also consider subscribing as well if you want to see more monumental stupidity on a regular basis. I'm not really that worried about time on the old Darkest Dungeon. That's the thing. What week are we in here, Dungeon? Week 57. We still have almost 40 weeks to beat the Darkest Dungeon. The real limiting issue here is we can only really afford to lose like 2 more people. So I'm way more cautious about having people get killed than I am concerned about running out of time. Because once we get our team back into full fighting trim, we can go mess around in the Darkest Dungeon whenever we're ready. We've got, except for fucking Bubba Blue, who apparently is so cursed, he can't make it to Resolve rank 6. As soon as we can get Bubba to 6, we will go fight. The second layer of the Darkest Dungeon is just, for whatever reason, we can't get the son of a bitch to... Alright, that's enough. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Damn it, Bubba.